Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out one of the games that was released into 1.0 full release from early access this week. This is Dread Delusions. This is a very interesting game, artistically speaking. The game just looks absolutely 100% phenomenal, but if you don't know anything about Dread Delusions, fear not, because I don't know as much as you do either. But that being said, this is definitely something that's been on my radar for quite some time. This is an open world adventure game. A lot of people harken it to something like Morrowind from Elder Scrolls, if you're familiar with that as well. It basically takes place on a whole bunch of flying islands that definitely have a very weird backdrop, similar to something that you would find in Morrowind. So what are we doing here? Well, apparently you were a prisoner known as Prisoner 17, and you were tasked with finding this woman named Vela. She is the daughter of a general in the Inquisition that you have been imprisoned under, and apparently she has basically taken off on her own and basically partnered up with pirates and mercenaries and all that sort of jazz, and the Inquisition is not too happy about it, so they need you to hunt her down. Well, in doing so, she manages to escape, so you are now being set out by the Inquisition to find her previous gang members in order to get her location. That's currently what I am doing right now. I was sent to go out and find a town where her old quartermaster was apparently at, and we might find details about her location there. In between all of that, this is an RPG, just like Morrowind or any of these Elder Scrolls games, so there is definitely like stats and spells and all that sort of jazz. You can see we have equipment, although I only have this one rusty sword right here at my disposal. I also have magic, although I'm not entirely sure what to do with this magic, because it doesn't seem really all that, it doesn't seem like, let me see if I can find my spells. It says entice. I don't know if this is like makes enemies fight for you, and this one returns me home to the last place I was at. So we'll see where that leads us. I am gone a magic route, and I'm hoping that there are some good damaging magic spells, because that's what I've really faceted my character on. I'll also be putting points in Guile, which is like dexterity and lockpicking route. There's a whole bunch of lore and backstory, and these are actually called delusions, and essentially in order to level up, instead of like leveling up by getting experience by completing killing enemies, you collect these delusions out here, and for every couple that you find, you get the ability to increase one of your main stat points of these 4 right here. Persona is good for bartering and talking to people. Wisdom is good for using magic, as well as discovering hidden entrances based off lore, which is essentially your way to basically perception for lore focused people. Guile is your lock picking and your dexterity based stuff, and of course strength is for raising up your health, or might's good for raising up your health and using, you know, weapons and stuff like that. So if you like the content, you want to see more games like Dread Delusion here on the channel, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. As always, I hope everyone is having a great day, and let us jump into it. And I want you to know right up front, I have no idea where I'm going, and we happen to find this NPC right here. Let's see what he has to say. Oh my, what's all this commotion over yonder? I appear to be quite lost. I bought a map of the Oneiric Islands back in Riova, but it seems to be decades out of date, he grumbles. That's the trouble with these fringe islands. Every few decades, they float into different positions. Take my advice, traveler. If you're looking to explore, make sure you find an accurate map. Do you know where I can find a map? Well, I noticed that the Erudite Academy is flying over Hollowshire to the south of here. Can you see up there in the sky? It travels all over the Apostatic Union, so I've heard. I met one of their scholars in the red tent in the forest underneath Quill Village, though I've seen them in other places too. Believe it or not, they're working on a map of the region right now, only it's not quite ready. Still, I'd try asking them. Worth a shot, eh? Where are you trying to get to? Oh, I'm trying to get to the Endless Realm. It's said to be a place where people never die, even though the flesh peels from their bones. As a boy, my mother would scare me with tales of cadaver crusades when the Endless would hunt the living and feast on their still warm bodies. It would scare me witless, but still, I always dreamed of going there someday. And I have it on good authority that they've reformed their ways. They only eat non-sentient meat and are on good terms with the Apostatic Union. So I said to myself, what do I have to lose? He gulps. Well, I suppose they could still eat me. Alright, well, farewell with you, guy who has a very weird notion about people who might eat him. So south, we don't actually have a compass. So I'm not entirely certain where south is. This way to Sacred Shroom. And what is this one up here? To Quill Village. What is Sacred Shroom? That sounds very shroomy. Also, there are a whole bunch of collectibles. Apparently you can use alchemy of some sort. You'll also find that most of the items that drop will hover in the air and have a little sparkly animation on them. So if you see right here, we have a coin and a dagger that we use. We have a whole bunch of collectibles here we can use. If we hit Z on the keyboard, we can cycle through our items here. And I can press right on the keyboard, or not right, R on the analogs. Wow, words are hard. Right, R on my keyboard to use our items. And what is that weird ass monstrosity up there? It is also important to note one of the things that the game really shies toward telling you to do is to very much be careful about engaging with enemies, because the fact that you don't gain XP from enemies doesn't mean that you should actually go out of your way to try to do it. So here's an instance of lockpicking, by the way. You don't lockpick in the traditional sense. You actually lockpick on a 6-sided dice. I've found quite a number of lockpicks around here, but it looks like we just ran out. Let's see if we can get rid of this guy. There we go. And he dropped a mana potion, and I used a whole bunch of throwing daggers, but I think maybe it was worth it, because I don't really know how strong that guy was. I will know that it is very easy to... an impossible flower that seems to shift between different shapes can be used as alchemical ingredients. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab it. This item needs to grow back. Okay, so I guess we grabbed it. But anyways, yeah, it's very possible to sneak up on enemies fairly easily. You do want to try to sneak up on them if you are not able to take them right on, or if you're not sure what exactly it is that you're trying to accomplish. And let's see. Where's this mushroom thing at? The God War Fort. Okay, and what's this top one? The Sacred Shroom. Alright, looks like we have an enemy here. And it looks like we can do that, but it didn't do anything. Oh, this little frog dude seems to be fairly easy to kill, and he drops health potions, so that's good. Our entice didn't really seem to work that well on him. I don't know how far the aggro range on some of these guys is, and I just heard something whirl near me. Definitely want to be on the safer side of things. What is that over there? Can we get over there? Maybe if we do some platforming. Like, this is an entire exercise in exploration for myself, so... I thought there for a second that was a monster. It scared the crap out of me. Oh, this is a delusion. So this is what you're looking for when you're looking to level up. You want to collect a couple of those, and then you'll be able to level up. Looks like we have a chest in there. Unfortunately for us, we don't have any lockpicks at our disposal. It also looks like we can go free swimming fairly easily and not have to concern ourselves with stamina or drowning, so that's good to know. There is that monster right there. If we want to creep, we can also creep. We can hit C on the keyboard, and that will cause us to crouch. I could definitely be dying soon, but I like the danger. I love randomly roaming around. That shroom looks very sacred. Is this it? Or is this just another regular shroom? I might have passed it. I have no idea what's going on. I can't tell the way this thing is floating. Okay, so that's not an enemy. And that looks to be a fort. Oh god, that's not an enemy. Oh, that is an enemy. Okay, so we can definitely take this out fairly easily without having to use our magic and or what should we call it? Throwing knives. Thank you, game. We're just gonna be more careful about it. There's like a dragon up there. And where would this lead us? I'm getting absolutely 100% lost and not going anywhere else. I'm not even going anywhere that I need to, huh? What's this guy say? The scholar has one eye pressed to his looking glass as he approaches. He squints but takes a deep breath and suddenly, are you okay? Achoo! As the scholar sneezes, he sprays a thick globule mucus over his looking glass lens. He wipes his face and looks perturbed. These sniff bloody mushroom spores. Why did I have to be sent to Quill of all places to make this damn map? Can I get a copy of your map? Look, I don't have time to pander to every want. The chief cartographer needs this urgently. They turn to you, look at you, then pause as if realizing something. Actually, you know what? Maybe you can have a copy, as long as you're willing to work for it. I can do that. What do you need? We're making a new kind of map. A magical map that tracks the shifting movements of these isolating islands and corrects itself. The real work is with the ciphering spell. We're weaving together, but I need someone to go out and anchor the spell to specific landmarks. Take this cartography notebook. When you get to a landmark, equip it and use it to make a cipher chart. The map will show up in your journal. If you obtain a compass, you'll be able to see yourself on the map too. There are 4 scholars working on this map, including myself. Together, we cover Hollowshire, the Endless Realm, the Clockwork Kingdom, and Quill. You would also visit my colleagues to see what landmarks they need. The most important region we need mapping is Hollowshire. I'll note those locations in your log, as I'm sure whoever marks them will be rewarded. Alright. Okay, got it. You sure? Sweet. Very well. Oh, so it's actually pretty good that we came over here, so we need to go in here and equip the map, right? So does the map already do the thing? I don't see like an equipped item. Yeah, okay, so, oh, there it goes. There are no landmarks nearby to mark a map on your chart. Okay, so we need to have it equipped, and then we just mark it by hitting the activate button. Got it. So we'll go ahead and make our way around. Now that we get the cartography map, which is very good, I didn't actually know that's where we were going. It was kind of a random flourish. I saw a giant mushroom and thought, hey, that sounds cool. But we're going to make sure we grab all these ingredients. There's also some money over there. Okay, so we're out of stamina, but luckily we killed the creature there. Our stamina is getting lower. Your stats do go low as you play through the game. The only way to get them back to full is to rest in the area. You can also use a potion of stamina if you want to. But I feel like there's maybe more to uncover in this mushroom land. Alright, and we got some ammunition from him. That thing just, it looks into my soul, I can feel it. And it also looks like we have a whole bunch of items over here. Throwing knives, mana potions. What is this? Oh, we got like a thing that comes down from here. I know we missed a fort over there as well. But where does this go, I wonder? It's got a lot of verticality right here. I mean, I guess with floating islands, what else can you expect from that? Is this Quill? This way to the wobbly noggin. Okay, we're actually on route to go to where we need to go. That's kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, and that looks like a sacred mushroom if I've ever seen one. Oh, we got an interesting mark. Hey, look, we marked our first little thing on the map. Sketch a landmark made you into your cartography notebook. On its own, it is but a trifling detail, but it will help you flesh out the academy map of the region. You can give it to an academy scholar to gain a small reward. Nice. So, what's all this right here? We got some houses. And we got some graves. There's something down there. what could be below us. We'll check the backside of this tower out. I wonder if we can we jump on these physically? Yes, we can. I was kind of a hope that we could. 3 lockpicks, that's good, because we were definitely out of them for a moment. It's a far ways down, isn't it? So we go this way. We can see the fort where we came from over there. It's got a giant mushroom right there. These are our save points, by the way, right here. So we're now saved to that point. If we should die for any reason whatsoever, we can go in there. What does this mean? It says bed and something else. The man sips his tea and studies your intently. New face, eh? If you got business here, talk to Dwayne at the counter. He's the proprietor of this business. I'm really only employed to make sure things go smoothly. You don't seem like the rest of the village. She betrays a thin smile. My, you're perceptive, eh? I'm a mercenary, you see. I fought with the Beyond Serpents, the Lundell Blackguard, and even the Dark Stars for a time. And now, he says, see, I protect the business interests of this fine gentleman, nothing more, so please, pay me no heed. See. Is that a Scryshroom tea you're drinking? He has a quiet moment and merely takes a sip. Indeed. Tell me, did old Dwin over there give you his speech about how he outsmarted his business rivals by drinking the stuff? No? He smirks. Well, I'm sorry for spoiling the tale for you, then. The funny thing is, he doesn't touch the stuff. It's more of a sales tactic, you might say. Whenever he does drink Scryshroom, he tends to get rather emotional, and he grins, empties his bowels prematurely. You see, Scryshroom may be a popular drug, but that's all it is to most people. A party trick or a quick high. The truth is, most can't see the future from drinking it. The shroom has a potent psychedelic effect. Any premonitions are lost with fantasy, but the premonitions aren't there. You just need a low dosage and a certain discerning eye. That's why if you were to say, reach for your blade right now, I'd have my knife in your throat before you knew it. He smiles warmly. Now, was there anything else? No, I think I'll go ahead and go. Actually, you know what? I'm looking for someone of former Dark Star mercenaries. He narrows his eyes. Oh, is that so? Well, your motives better be pretty fucking congenial, because it's no secret that I'm a former Dark Star merc myself. Of course, I haven't sailed with them in years. I left after the mutiny. Once it became clear that Vela's ambitions, once so intoxicating, were likely to get us all killed. He clears his throat. Well, out with it then. Exactly who are you looking for? I'm looking for Jack Basalt. Ah, good old Jack, he smirks. In the Union, they still call him Shame of the Navy, after he abandoned his rank and station to join Vela's merry band. In battle, the man was a demon. When his voice bellowed across the deck of a skyship, sword raised high, you made sure to heed it. But below decks, he always found time to share, drink those under his command. Learning their names, their troubles, not every merc captain does that. Of course, I don't know if that was thanks to a kind heart or his weakness for the strong stuff. Let me guess, you're meeting in a pub, right? Alright. That's enough about Dark Stars. I don't really want to know much else, I guess, if you're not going to give me anything else. Let's talk to Dwayne. Welcome, Hopeless Stool. If you're looking for a Scryshroom, you've come to the right place. He leans over the counter and thrusts a bulging eye in your direction. Do you know what Scryshroom does, newcomer? Yes. Then you'll have heard it shows the future, but see, that puts some folks off as they're scared of what they might see. I'm here to tell you it ain't like that. There ain't no cipher spell and great library and beyond that can do what Scryshroom does. It plunges you into the river of time so you can see the bends and the currents rushing towards you. Do you know I grew the business? Not with luck, my friend. Oh no. I use the humble Scryshroom to outsmart rivals. Now my company ships them to every corner of the apostatic union. So what do you say? You buying? No thank you. I wanted to ask you some questions. I heard, well, no. Okay, thanks. I'd like to peruse your services. I will go ahead and rent the room. Alright, and let's see if I can peruse his services. I want to see what items he has. He has a compass for 20 coins. We have 84. We'll buy that actually. Because that will come and help. That will be handy. Well, I don't know why words are hard right now, but they are. Okay, leave me alone. Let's see what this guy is. The man I follow you with suspicion. He's graying and weathered skin suggests he is older than most in the village, and the faded scar runs down his face. You're new to town, I gather. Well, I'm the local weight master. Name is Colwich, and I'll have you know before you engage in any business here in Will, I'll be taking your weight. So, without another word, please step on the scale. He gestures to the huge contraption behind him. Thank you, kindly. Why do you want to weigh me? He narrows his eyes. By decree of the apostatic union, all those seeking to trade in its jurisdictions must prove they're an ordinary disposition that is not physically altered by cipher magic or god devotion, nor bearing the guilt of unpunished crimes. Alright, I suppose. Alright, go ahead then. In Will Village, you met Waitmaster Colwich, who refuses to speak with you until you are weighed on any more skills. You've weighed yourself, and so should probably report back to him. He studied the dials and symbols atop the machine and scratches various notes on some parchment. Interesting, very interesting. Did I pass? The prime glyph says you're a criminal. He shoots you a stern glance. The lesser glyphs are harder to parse. Let's see now. It says here you're a cipher rift. I can't imagine what kind of foul cipheristry you were dabbling with, but I'm mighty glad you didn't tear apart the sky realm with your foolishness. There's one more glyph. Inquisition agent? He looks up from his parchment, his face struck with puzzlement. Begging your pardon at first glance, I thought you might be one of those old Darksnar mercenaries, running from the Inquisition raid, but you must have been fighting those scoundrels, eh? Yeah, those crimes were just a cover story. No, actually, you know what, we'll be honest with them. I'm atoning for my crimes. Well, far be it for me to delay the Inquisition business. I have approved your visit to Will. You won't get any trouble. Anything's remote, but, stay in light of your profession, could lend this humble servant of the apostatic union a hand. There'd be an apostatic union passport in it for you. You see, the Inquisition raid ain't the only reason we've been so eager to weigh people. They're also fear the bloody god, worship among the townsfolk. After all we've been through, he looks distinctly peeved. So you need help tracking down god worshippers. He leans forward and speaks low. Hey. Folks have feared recently, you see. The soil's dying and harvests are down. Merchants want to buy our sky shrooms more than ever. We can't meet demand, so some have been flirting with the old ways. What makes the old ways so bad? He sighs. It's been 40 years since the God War. 40 years since the apostatics told the Wiccans and their gods to go fuck themselves. 40 years since me and the lads drove a void spear through our own god's eye. That cruel, violent bastard of a god, Engwyn. And in the 40 years, folks have forgotten how bad it was under the divine tyrant and his wicked lackeys. Sure, we had bountiful harvests, and our purses were bulging, but our sons and daughters were taken from us, and the soil was fertilized with their blood. Now our old god Engwyn's been dead for long enough, but they say so long as people still believe some part of a god can live on. So there's been murmurings of some folk trying to bring him back, and that's got the rest of us so scared shitless. Trouble with a small town like this, we all know each other, and the guilty parties won't talk to me. You're an outsider, an Inquisition agent to boot. I need you to ask around and try to find any Wiccan sympathizers, so we can sort this out quiet-like, before the villagers start lopping each other's heads off in a frenzy. Find something out, and I'll dispense you a Union passport. That'll grant you passage to Hollowshire. Alright, I'll see what I can do. He sighs in relief. You have my thanks, newcomer. Just as soon as you find something out of sorts, just let me know, you hear? Alright, I'll be going. Alright, until next time. Is there anything to be gathered at the top of his tower here? Oh, well, let me go beyond. Alright, well, I guess we're out. How do we rest? This way. That's a very unusual shaped bed. It's just sitting in the middle of the room. But that tops off our stamina, so that's good. So we'll make our way back up the hill, and we'll check out the rest of these areas right here. We don't have a bow yet, but should we get a bow, I might be tempted to try out the bow and arrow. Mostly because we gotten a crap ton of ammunition on our way up here. Who's this guy? Or is this lady? The woman casts you in a different gaze. Greetings, traveler. Welcome to the she yawns and rubs her temples. The Quill Port of Wing Merchants Guild. And the local harbor master, can I help you? Fearball. Okay, so nothing there for her. Alright, so we're at the gate. It looks like we need to talk to this guard, perhaps to get inside Quill. Greetings. The bridge is closed unless you're the bearer of the genuine Apostatic Union passport. So if you're not, got one, get lost. Got a passport right here. Okay, so we ain't getting that way. So it looks like we got ourselves a different way to go. Alright, so after talking to the citizens, and especially the barkeep, assuming that we're still trying to find someone here in Quill, turns out we're in Quill, and there's actually a whole bunch of houses there. We only see the one place on the map currently. But the barkeep said that we should keep our eye out for any scrupulous figures wandering about at nighttime. So we're gonna go around. Looks like we see this guy right here. Let's see. In the darkness, under the hood, you can't make out the person's face. Get away from me. You hear? You shouldn't be here. Coming closer, and I swear you'll regret it. Okay. So do we just follow him? Maybe we follow him. We could do that. I mean, where could he possibly be going? The scrupulous figure in a mask with a lantern. He doesn't seem to care that we're following him. Okay, so what is over this way? Oh, looks like we have like a little hole underneath the main island we're on. Oh, we got some ore here. This is iron ore used for upgrading weapons, apparently. We're making our way downward. Secret spores and secrets and spores. In Will Village, you found evidence of god worship deep. In the caves under the town, Waymaster Colwich will surely want to hear about this. Is there anything else we might find in here? We got a delusion. Great. Now we can also increase one of our attributes. Let's go ahead and make our way back up topside. That guy does not seem to care at all that we just came out of his secret little cubbyhole. Alright, we chosen to rest until daytime because you're not able to go back in here until services are open again. And we'll go ahead and talk to Colwich here and let him know what we found. So about these, I found evidence of a god worshiper in Twill. He leans close. Oh yeah? Tell me then, why don't you? I saw someone dressed in robes lurking around at night. That sure is mighty suspicious, but on its own, I can't do nothing with kind of evidence. Can you try and find where they're going? If they really were Wiccan, there'd be some sort of ritual, maybe. Signs of someone trying to rekindle the contract. There were occult instruments in the caverns below Quill. For a moment, he merely stares past you, lost in thought. This can only mean one thing. Someone's conducting rituals around Angwin's corpse. That means they're trying to reopen the blood contract. But buried in these clauses was a terrible cost, no less than a human sacrifice. Here, take this key and unlock the upper chamber and the sacred shroom to the west. There's no doubt in my mind someone's been there, taken to the sacred shroom to the metabolized as per the contract's terms. You gotta go there and save him. Did you say metabolized? In the old days, there was a sacred shroom all over Will. Each would spawn a whole forest of scry shrooms, but only if they recently metabolized a human. I ain't sure if scry shrooms used part of the human body to achieve their effect, or whether it was just all part of the England's divine mockery, but I know the scry shrooms used to be more potent in the old days. Now, there's only one sacred shroom left deep in the mushroom forest to the west. All the others shriveled up and died when we stopped feeding them flesh. Okay, how do I get into this mushroom? Well, you'll need to travel through the mushroom forest. You can't miss the shrooms itself. It's probably the biggest mushroom you've ever seen. On account of being used by the Wiccans in the past, there's doors and paths leading up around the shroom itself. The main doors will lead you through the central stem, but there might be a whole host of nasty monsters waiting to tear you a new one. So you might try looking for a way around the back. It'll probably be locked up tight, but you might have less of a fight on your hands that way. Okay, I'll do my best. Alright, so it looks like we need to find our direction to the west. Can we equip the compass? Is that a thing we can do? It is a thing we can do. So that's west. That way. Okay. So if we look over here to the side, are we going to see the giant mushroom he's talking about? Unless I have my compass wrong. Yeah, so that's west. That way. Okay. So let's see if we can't get over there. We're gonna have to take the elevator down that we had over here. So let's go down to the base of this area to begin with. I was wondering if it was this place, to be honest. But there are no like doors or anything to that. So I reckon that is the mushroom we're looking to go to over there. I did find myself a little bit higher because I saw some bridges we can try jumping over, across, and around. And it looks like there might be some stuff over there as well, so we can wander by these enemies. I don't want to fight them if I don't have to, because there is some sort of building up here that might have some sort of hidden treasure for us. And it looks like it was right to come up here because we have ourselves a Dread Delusion. And we managed to unlock this door on the first try, which is always nice. And we got hit by an axe. That's kind of sad. Oh, we got a spell. Cypher Spear. All right. We got our first damaging spell. Kind of excited to try that one out, but let's heal ourselves while we can. How much does this heal us for? That's a fair bit amount. Let's go ahead and equip our new magic spell. And I know we could cycle through our magic spells with the control. Now let's try this out. There we go. Okay, so not the strongest thing in the entire world, but you know, it works. I guess we can head on over to the big shroom that's over there in the distance, and we also might have ourselves a fast way to get down, maybe. Or we could just be dying. Oh, these mushrooms are soft. We can totally jump off of them. Alright, so we'll head for that shroom over there. Let's get going. And while we're here, almost at the mushroom, I think I'm going to go ahead and put another point into our wisdom. This increases our maximum mana, governs our lore, and spellcasting skills. If you're not sure what any of those do, I know that you can come in here and look at the different stats. I want to say, there we go. So our spellcasting ability is 40. Increases the potency of spells and how quickly you can call upon them. Lore is our ability to find concealed objects, so that's good. And I think there's somewhere else to look at some of the stuff, but I could be wrong. 40 and 40. So I assume they go up by plus 10 every single time we put a point in it. Alright, so we're inside the area of the sacred shroom. And it looks like there's money up on the pedestal. I'm going to try to get money anytime we can. Another 10 coins? Good. 10 coins is good. I want to make sure we're able to purchase new spells whenever we're able to, because I know that you can. And it looks like this is a new destination for us that we want to record. So we'll take out our journal and we'll record this for the academy. So now if I open up my map, it should now also show. There we go. Yeah, so we filled out. It actually filled in a good chunk of the map too for the mushroom there. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how far away or how much this fills out, but that's pretty cool. I like that. Oh my god. And our magic spell almost one-shot that guy right there, so maybe sneaking up and using magic is the way to go. Make sure they don't see it coming. We'll have to try ever so slightly to make sure that happens more often than not. Because that was definitely worth the sneaking. Let's see if we can sneak up on this guy. Why did that? Oh, we're doing something else. Why is our spell swapped? Why? Yeah, no. It seems like sneaking up on them is definitely going to do more damage. Oh shit. We gotta make sure that we time this very well. Don't want to use too much of our stamina here. There we go. We'll go and refill our magic. Definitely need to invest in buying more mana potions too, whenever we're able to. That's a flower we can go harvest. And it looks like we have a checkpoint here with a delusion inside. So we definitely got to make sure we try to get inside here. It requires a 6. I will waste all of our lockpicks trying to get in this room. And I'm out of lockpicks. That sucks. We're going to have to definitely come back here to get that delusion. Oh, we got hit. We're hitting both of them. There we go. We can beat this frog guy up on our own. We don't need no stinking magic. Look, unfortunately for us, we weren't able to sneak up on it as well as I would like to. But it's whatever. Oh, man. And there is even a lockpick over here that we need to try to get through. You can only carry so many lockpicks. I wonder if that can be increased. And I'm just taking swings at this guy whenever our stamina's full. We got 3 coins pilfered off of him. Oh, and it's not even worth unlocking that door because it just goes around in a circle. What a terrible door to try to unlock. Oh God. Why is the inside of this thing beating like a heart? Oh, and it looks like maybe we're at where we're supposed to be because I think this guy right here is what they were calling for. The nauseating stench of bile engulfs the flesh chamber. Before you, a huge digestional tract pulsates and throbs with the corrosive acid. It would seem as though this mushroom has organs. Lud writhes behind the digestive membrane, clearly in agony. When he sees you, he looks shocked. You! We need to get you out of there. No, a look of determination seizes Lud. If I don't do this, the village will perish. And if you cut me free, you'll be slicing the mushroom's organs. You could kill it. But you'll die. Don't you think I know that? Everyone assumes I'm just some stupid kid, just the mayor's idiot son. They don't take me seriously, but now I can show worth. I can save the village all by myself. I found the old wicked contract rights stashed in my mother's basement. I convinced Emir to help me set it up. But it was me who whispered to Engwin and felt his reply echo through my bones. The village isn't worth dying for, kid. I'm getting you out of there. What do you like it at? Nobody takes me, lets me make my own decisions. I've been planning this for months. It's my choice. Quill is dying. Everyone says so. Since Engwin was killed, the soil's drying up. In another generation, there'll be nothing left. This is the only way to save the village. Some towns dry up. It's just the way it is. That's easy for you to say. Not being from here, Quill is the only place I've ever known. I won't survive anywhere else. You don't know that? The Sky Realm are full of impossible places beyond your wildest dreams. See if we have enough charm to do this. I failed. Okay. Enough of it. Cut them loose. You slice through the membrane and a torrent of foul-smelling acid pours forth. Blood slides out of the muck, coughing and spluttering. You had no right. He shivers. The first thing I've done truly by myself, and you've ruined it. You have no right. People care about you, kid. You can't just throw your life away. Yeah, you'll thank me in time. The boy shivers and says nothing. Alright, so now that we've done that, do we need to talk to him anymore? Doesn't look like there's anything we can interact here anymore, but I assume that we probably need to return to Quill now to talk to everybody. We got ourselves some coins, and a health potion, as well as modest treasure. Okay, so it looks like you get items to sell for money as well. Nothing else in here. Gotta lock this. Push the door open, and oh, where is this going to lead us? Oh, to the base of the mushroom. I know exactly what's going to lead us. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves. And I'll go ahead and drink a mana potion for my own right. And it looks like maybe there's another ramp that goes up. But I'm going to head back to Quill so that way we can check out the end of this quest. Be right there. Alright, so it's officially daytime again, and we return to Quill. I went and rested so we could recover our stamina, and now we're heading back to Colwich so that way we can turn in our quest. See what he has to say. Welcome back. What can old Colwich do for you? See, I visited the sacred room and discovered what's going on. Was I right? Was there a sacrifice taking place? It was Lud. He tried to sacrifice himself, but I managed to take him down, or talk him down. College gas. Oh, that foolish boy. The harvest ain't worth Engwin's blood price. Ain't I always taught him that? But looks like you stopped him, newcomer, and for that you have my sincerest thanks. It's not much, but just as I promised. Here, take this Union passport. It'll get you through the gate bridge to the south, leading to Hollowshire. Be careful down there. Mind, if you think Will's harvests are bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. Hollowshire's in the midst of an awful famine, and it seems like the townsfolk and poor Lud have had concern, ideas in common. Okay, so it looks like we're done with that. His mom is over here. Can we talk to Lud? Lud's mom about that? What he was doing? There he is. You're back. I suppose I have a few moments to talk. Let's see, about your son. Oh, so you're the a vigilant stranger who saved my son. I really cannot thank you enough. I don't know what I would have done had he... She sniffs, tears in her eyes. I know I can be distracted sometimes, but it only is because I want Will to be a perfect home for Lud. I suppose I took it too far, considering that he tried to... Please, I want you to have the most valuable thing I possess. The healing herb from my garden. There really is nothing more precious than nature's bounty. Alright, farewell. And what does Lud have to say? Oh, it's you. I still can't forgive you for interrupting the digestion, but seeing how relieved my mother was to have me back, I suppose I wasn't as worthless as I thought. I don't know what will happen to Quill. It makes me sad to think of not being here in the future, but maybe we can find somewhere else to call home. Alright, so he's not so jaded as we thought he was. So we'll head over to the drawbridge, turn in our passport, or show him our Union passport, and hopefully he'll let us into the Hallowshire area. Alright, we're coming up on the bridge operator. Alright, see, I've got a passport right here. Seals looks good. I'm not seeing any signs of magical forgery. Yep, looks like you can pass. Awesome. So now we're able to cross the bridge and get into Hallowshire. Oh, and I didn't know I had delusions. Nice. Does that turn everything up to 50? 45. Okay. So it took everything up by +5. Got it. So where do we go from here, now that we've done that? Oh, there's a ramp, and there's a demon over there. I smell a demon. And he did not give two fucks about that. Ow. Go to kill that one. Hit that one. We can charge these up too, so. Oh, there's like a bat thing up there shooting at us. Or is that an eagle? I can't tell. Oh, there's also a little cavern here with another health potion. So I assume them yelling probably alerted it to us. But we don't have any lockpicks, so we're not getting through there. Which means we probably have to do battle with this thing. And we did battle with the thing and it died. What you get for doing battle with me? So as we journey up the mountain past the drawbridge, it looks like maybe we're very close to our destination. That's a shortcut down to Quill. Looks like we can go ahead and activate that. I'll take care of these fellows right here if I can. I like these throwing knives though. I have so many of them, we don't have to really concern ourselves with anything. Do I have enough energy to throw anything at that? Will that hit? It will not. These throwing knives, they go real fast. And we've got another lockpick. Nice. Let's go activate this shortcut down to Quill. Alright, so now we can get down to Quill whenever we want. We'll ride the elevator back up, and then I'm pretty sure we'll be in Hallowshire. So putting those magic cubes together didn't really do... Oh, wait, there's another thing right here. Ah, what's this do? Alright, so there's that. Is there going to be another set? I see another elevator over here. Oh, it looks like we've made our way officially into Hallowshire. Hallowshire used to be sown with Wiccan seed. For their deities, their diminished could ensure a good harvest. The god contracts were modest, the blood price was equitable. Of course, the apostatic union sniffed out eventually. They sent over the polymath and her retinue to stamp out any smoldering divinity, and now the common folk starve, their fields barren and desolate. The union claim it's in the name of reason and progress. She lets out a discordant sigh. I admit, those old Wiccan contracts can be deceitful. Many don't realize the weight of their signature until the curse sets in. But the Union would smother the Sky Realms in a tangle of bureaucracy until we worship not but deadlines and shipping manifests. Their only saving grace is their honesty, for at least the people know they are trampled upon. So what about you, stranger? Would you rather be enveloped in a sweetened lie, blissful in your ignorance, or would you choose the bitter truth? Everyone deserves to know the truth, I think. If it's a false belief, if a false belief brings joy, let it be. The idea of truth is a lie. We are all deluded. She smiles. My mother once told me there are many worlds as people. There's many worlds as people in it. I think she would have liked you, stranger. All right. Well, it's good to know that your mother would have liked me. She's single. Alright, it looks like we are officially in Hallowshire. Alright then. Looks like we got a place to sleep and a tavern. This would be the noggin? What was it? I can't remember what he called it. But for the time being, let's go ahead and save our game here and then rest up. The wobbly noggin, that's it. Let's see. I wonder if there's anywhere to do any purchasing here, because I would like to definitely look at a whole bunch of purchases. This also looks like the guy maybe we're looking for. The man drums his fingers on the table as he darts around. He does not look at you as he speaks. Be gone with you. I'm waiting for someone. That person says, me, I'm with the Inquisition. You're Vela's quartermaster. I've been looking for you. We'll go with that. His eyes snap towards you. So you're the ancient. Must admit, I expected someone a little more, he spits, inquisitorial. Looks can be conceiving. I'm a confessor, more of a prisoner than an agent. I could say the same to you, old man. Oh, let's say I'm a confessor. He laughs, but his eyes stay on you. Ah, so you're the confessor division. That explains it. Those bastards, they mean to insult me by sentencing one of their expendable rabble. They've hunted me for years, and now they don't even deign to send an agent. He looks around, at least, not to my face. He hisses, teeth gritted. So out with it, confessor. Has she found it yet? Is it alive? As who found it? Vela, you inebriated fool. Who else would I be speaking of? For a moment, he simply stares at you, brow furrowed. Ah, they really haven't told you anything, have they? I may as well be speaking to a silk slug. Do you at least know where Vela is? She escaped on a sloop. He nods. Sounds about right. She'll have gone to the Underlands, to rendezvous with any dark stars that are still loyal. He gazes out the window pane. Of course, the question is where? The Underlands are far larger than the Sky Realm. She could be anywhere. What are the Underlands? How do you know Vela's gone there? And see, let me find out. Okay. She has something there. She has done for years. Something of terrible power. I can't tell you exactly what it is, only that she plans to use it to meddle with reality itself, which could be the doom of us all. See? Where are the Underlands? He frowns at you. Surely you jest. What are the Underlands? Will you ask me about the Neuron stars next? Not really. What are the Underlands? His frown deepens. They are the lands that are under the Sky Realms. They did they extract your mind with a hook in that cell? Seeing your blank expression, he sighs. When the world was destroyed in the Worldrend over 400 years ago now, its surface was turned into an inhospitable hellscape. Those lands are the Underlands. So you'll help me find Vela? That's the deal that I've struck with your Inquisition, isn't it? Hunt my former comrade and my Darkstar crewmates for the polymath part. After that, I'll be a traitor to everyone. He sighs, leaning back. Well then, Confessor, we might as well get to know each other. What did you, he waves his hand around, do before rotting in a cell? I was a scholar. Ah, happier behind the desk than wielding a sword, are you? There's no shame in that, and I suppose those books are quite heavy. If you find yourself in a scrape, you can always bludgeon someone to death with one too, no? Anyways, it doesn't matter now, eh? You've lost it all. Hit rock bottom. That's something I can respect. He smirks and raises his drink to you. As for myself, my name is Jack Basalt. I suppose you've heard of me. He takes a sip from his tankard. The shame of the Union Navy. Hey, the one and the same. For a time, I was the most respected captain in the Union Navy. I took orders directly from Admiral Kolos, Vela's father, and for 5 years I trained Vela aboard my ship. When Vela defied her father and fled to become a mercenary, I followed. I gave up my rank, my station, my ship to spend my years cavorting with Wiccans, pirates. Shame of the Union Navy, they branded me. He stares down into his drink, but I kept her safe. Was that also my duty? Right, so how will we find Vela? You're asking me? As I said to your masters, I can provide naught but shreds of information. You'll have to do the rest. What I have for you are 3 names. Names of former Darkstar mercenaries who left Vela's crew after mutiny. Together, maybe a lot of us can track her down. Okay, tell me about these mercenaries. First, there's Emberian. Called that because folks says she's the last of their kind. Of course, that's pure squid shit. If she was Emberian, she'd be 400 years old. I've heard talk she's somewhere in Hallowshire. Next, there's Endless Duchess, a powerful cipher wizard. She went back to her ancestral home in the Endless Realm, and like all those you'll find there, she's cursed to never truly die. He smirks, which means she really is hundreds of years old. Finally, there's Caxton Frost, a genius of the Clockwork Kingdom. The man can engineer a sky ship from a sack of junk. Last I heard, he'd returned to his homeland. And you sure they'll help us? Am I sure they'll follow you to the certain deaths? Of course not, you fool. They'll probably try and cut your head off. But if you want to find Vela, you're just going to have to ask nicely. And if they do agree, you lot must have captured Vela's fortress, the Blinding Light, correct? I heard the cannon fire from there. Tell you what, I'll head there myself after this little chat, and if you find any of those Darkstars, send them there and all. He faces you with a grim stare. And that thing Vela's looking for? She mustn't use it. Nobody must ever use it, you hear me? If you have any sense, you'll make sure it stays buried down there. He's just suddenly nervous. Right, well, I think we're done here. Okay, that's all, let's get going. Right, I'll be at the Blinding Light. But with that being said, looks like now we have our first member of our squad to help track down Vela. And this seems like a pretty good stopping point for us before we continue on with any more gameplay from Dreadful Delusion. I don't know why I stuck on the name for so long. That being said, if you like the content and you want to see more games like Dreadful Delusion here on the channel, as well as maybe more gameplay from this game, let me know down in the comments below if you cared for it. But until next time, you guys take care, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Later.